Hi guys, this is Matt Granger, that Nikon guy for MattGranger.com. I just did a general intro on comparing macro lenses to extension tubes. You can click that link to see that one. But now I want to do some real world tests for you. So I've got the Kenko extension tube set, my D700 with the 85mm 1.4 G lens, super sharp lens, and I'm going to pair those up to be one combo, so that's the extension tube test. And then I've got the 90mm 2.8 macro for FX cameras from Tamron. So 90mm versus 85, close enough. Anyway, the point of extension tubes is they turn any lens into a macro pretty much. So, you know, if the millimeters is a little bit off, I'm comparing these two lenses, so take what you want from that. Now, I brought along my little friend from the original macro video I did, click that link, little Mr. Pinocchio, so again we can see just how close we're getting in on him. And then to be nice and scientific for people, I brought along an old-fashioned wooden ruler, and I'll do some macros on that just to see exactly how close to the sensor we're getting on this full-frame camera body. So let's start the tests. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to set up my little Mr. Pinocchio in a common place for each shot, as well as the ruler in a common place for each shot. Now I'm going to start off with the 85mm 1.4 G. I'll just kick off at f8 because we're going to need to be somewhere around there anyway, and see how close I can get to little Mr. Pinocchio and how close I can get to the ruler before we add the extension tubes. Okay, so really not very close. Looking at the ruler, it looks like that's at about 28 centimeters wide, so about a foot is the closest lengthways I can get with this. Now I'm just going to cut straight to it and pop all three of the rings on. If you popped less of them on at once, you're going to get varying degrees of close focus, and that impacts the amount of depth of field you're going to have. But let's just get straight into it because I want to see what difference this can make overall. Now that makes a huge difference to the camera, obviously, sorry, to the whole lens setup. Now for this I'm actually going to go to f16, which is as far as this one goes. Now this still retains autofocus, which is great, and everything's going to work as normal. So let's see how we go now. Really close. That's nice. And keep in mind, that's where we started. Okay, so Pinocchio's just a little bit closer. Now let's have a look at the ruler. So that's about 38mm, which is a damn sight closer than 28 centimeters. Okay, so that's getting down to under 4 centimeters, which is just short of macro actually. But considering this one had an original closest focus of 85 centimeters, that's exceptionally close. Now let's get some with the true macro lens. Now to keep things comparable, other than changing the lens, I'm going to keep all the settings the same. I'll be shooting this one at f16 if the lens will allow me, and we'll just see how close you can get on both of those subjects as well. I'm shooting it all in RAW, but I'll do the same processing on both of them. 29 centimeters. Okay, I've got to say the colors there are beautiful, aren't they? And he's nice and sharp, no vignetting like we did see on the Nikon. And that was the Nikon. You can see there is some darkening in the corners there. Okay, so there we are on the Tamron macro, and that's about 35mm, so that's just under macro, just better than macro I should say, because the sensor's 36. There we are on the Nikon, that's about 37, so just short of macro. But both did an excellent job, so I think you couldn't go wrong either way. Just think about how often you'll use it and how versatile you want to be. They're both great on getting in nice and close. Thanks for watching. This is Matt Granger, that Nikon guy for MattGranger.com.